What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know you guys could probably already tell it is going down just by that title alone. Today we're witnessing an explosion on set. ABC's The View, as we have The View host Sunny Hostin saying some interesting comments that's even got the other hosts speaking out against her. Guys, I'm excited to get in this one, so we're gonna hop straight into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it, folks. Check this out.
Voting on this one issue.
So 62% of Americans oppose overthrowing Roe v. Wade, 62%. The Republican Party knows this. I think they put her up to this. I think it's a big scam. They put her out there, you know, as the face of like the American population that wants to have abortion rights. And they figure, well, maybe, you know, she'll talk him into. The only problem is she doesn't talk to him. But.
And for a little context, I'm sorry, guys. She's speaking on Melania Trump. They're saying that Melania Trump, basically her latest statement, her ad, I think it was an ad campaign on abortion rights, women's health rights. And she was just basically saying that, you know, she is for women's health, you know, pro-choice. Putting that on the women to be able to decide. Joy Behar, the Rowdy crew, even saying that they just can't buy it. They're saying that Melania Trump is only doing this to, you know, support Donald Trump's campaign. Then she goes and contradicts herself by saying Melania Trump doesn't even speak to Donald Trump. It just doesn't make sense. The narratives they try to push.
You know, she'll talk him into. The only problem is she doesn't talk to him. But probably. But besides that, I think that this is just a big lie. It's another lie from that area. And don't buy it.
Well, by the way, I bet this is coming to a Kamala Harris ad near you very soon. That Melania Trump is in favor of not just abortion rights. She goes on to defend late-term abortion. She goes into great detail in the book about it.
Because she understands why less than 1% do that, just to be clear.
Yes, and I think that it's a couple of things. Well, for one, this actually doesn't put her out of step with all modern Republican first ladies. Laura Bush, Barbara Bush were all actually pro-choice themselves and had declared that on the record before. But in the Trump era, if any other national Republican candidate running for president, if their spouse came out and said, I am pro-choice and I even support late-term abortion, their career would be over. But it underscores the hypocrisy with Trump and that just nothing matters within the Republican Party at this point. I think it's twofold. I agree. I think it's strategic, even though it was written a while ago. I think they think this is going to give Republicans permission or independence to be like, oh, I guess I could vote for him because people who support abortion can. But it's also money. Who was going to buy this book outside of MAGA diehards? But now it's buzzy. Now we're talking about it because she's putting some stuff out there that's more interesting.
We're seeing that you just simply cannot win with these ladies on The View. Even if you support them and you're not on the right side of the aisle, they'll turn you away. They'll shun you and say, hey, you're not like us. They're not as accepting as what they make themselves out to be. It's nasty.
Interesting. So
you agree with me?
I do agree with you.
All right. Well, go right ahead, Missy.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well,
Oh my.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not.
See, that right there, Sunny Hostin is crossing that line again. They keep trying to do this. They say that Donald Trump is bringing all this hate, this violence onto himself. But then they say things like that. I mean, it really just does not make sense.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
How is she, as I say, how does she know any of this? And you hear Whoopi Goldberg say allegedly to cover their hide because you know exactly what's going to come next. There's the defamation lawsuit, slandering this lady's name. I mean, like, you're really trying to go after this lady's whole character, her image, for no reason. This is the exact reason why Melania Trump had stayed what the liberal media was calling in hiding, but she's not running for presidency, you know. She was staying in hiding when Donald Trump first announced his presidency because of this right here, this type of narrative we hear Sunny Hostin pushing. It's just really nasty and catty for no reason at all.
She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly.
Exactly. Even Joy Behar gets behind and says, "You don't know all this. You're literally just making this is all speculation from the outside, looking in."
She does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say allegedly.
I told Sonny, allegedly. And so I really think that this is her way of undercutting his bid for the presidency, because then she doesn't have to deal with
But it would have
him
hurt him more if
anymore.
she had just said, "We all know he lost the election."
Right.
You know, like that would have really got it. That would have been way better.
But
Well, his crowd
this is how
size.
this is how they're simpatico. Like Alyssa said, she needs the money because he's broke. So she wants to make the money. Now her memoir is all buzzy. Now we're all talking about it. Maybe
He is broke is the craziest statement. Sonny Hostin will go up there and literally just say anything. And I believe those clap and laugh tracks will clap and laugh at anything she says. She just said that Melania Trump is doing this book publishing. She's trying to do a cash grab. She needs more money because Donald Trump is broke. This is absolutely crazy. And
broke. So she wants to make the money. Now her memoir is all buzzy. Now we're all talking about it.
It's a
Maybe
coffee
now she's
table
not
book.
as
It's not-
bad as
it's
she
literally-
is. You know, I think that she wants to take him out, and she's doing a pretty damn good
I
job.
don't totally disagree
The
with
only
that.
reason I disagree there is
Sure, you
if
never
Donald
totally disagree with that. You hear that? Even the View hosts are finally having to wake up. The Trump derangement syndrome blinders that they have on have now came off because Sonny Hostin is going too far. Saying that Melania Trump doesn't even want Donald Trump in this race. She doesn't want him to win. It just doesn't make sense. None of it does. It's craziness. Listen to him.
Take him out, and she's doing a pretty damn good
I
job.
don't totally disagree
The
with
only
that.
reason I disagree there is
Sure, you
if
never
Donald,
disagree with
we
that.
forget this, if Donald Trump loses, he likely goes to jail. We actually try the January 6th case. We actually try the
my.
documents case.
If Donald Trump, I don't believe there's really a chance Donald Trump loses this, but I'm going to say if he loses, I don't believe still through all of this, no court system is going to convict this guy, put him in jail behind.
I'm not convinced Melania Trump wants to see the father of her children in jail. I think
She
she
doesn't even
realizes.
sleep with him. She doesn't talk to him.
I honestly don't know anything about their
here's the-
personal relationship.
You hear Sonny Hostin? She is still trying to push that, saying that she doesn't sleep with him. She doesn't. And Alyssa Fair Griffin is like, I'm going to stay out of that realm because she already knows how dangerous it is. She's going to get sued.
I'm not convinced Melania Trump wants to see the father of her children in jail. I think
She
she
doesn't even
realizes.
sleep with him. She doesn't talk to him.
I honestly don't know anything about their
here's the-
personal relationship.
Here's the thing that I would say to everybody. This all started with a lie. Okay, when they brought in all those justices and they said, no, we're not going to touch it. We're not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and it's been lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. He continues to say, everybody wanted it. Nobody wanted this. You wanted it. You wanted to make a change because you thought this was going to put you over the top. And what you weren't expecting was to get your behind kicked on this issue because everybody didn't want it, because people know enough, because half the population is female. We know how our bodies work. So these are conversations we'll have with our doctors. We don't want to have with your vice presidential candidate.
And to Sarah's point about evangelicals and Catholics within the Republican Party, you're absolutely correct. This has been one of the most animating issues for 50 years. There's a segment of the population that wanted Roe overturned, but it's not the majority of the country. And one of the most consistent things I hear from Republican women who always they always said they were pro-life. They always generally opposed abortion when Roe was the law of the land, is that now that they're seeing what that looks like, and it's this patchwork where it's different in states and people are dying, women are losing their fertility because they can't get access to care they need. Women who even opposed abortion are coming around and realizing some access matters.
Yes.
That is where the vast majority of the country is.
But I'll take it a step further. I actually think that, and I'm Catholic, and people know my stance on abortion.
You definitely would have never got that just based off her action, the way she acts on that show. I'll say that much.
I actually think that, and I'm Catholic, and people know my stance on abortion. I'm against abortion. However, I think Catholics, even 51% that's been quoted, they now think, you know what? I don't care if you have an abortion, but I don't want the government to tell me what to do with my body. And that is a position that took me years, as you know, Whoopi, that is a position that took me years to get to. But I believe what I believe, but I will be damned if I tell you to believe.
But doesn't this make it confusing for people? I mean, this is the first time in 40 years that the federal ban on abortion is off of the Republican platform.
Yes.
So how are people who are Republicans supposed to respond to that? I don't understand.
I think it's deliberately meant to be confusing. Donald Trump first said he was going to vote for the Florida initiative. Then he said
It's not confusing whatsoever what Donald Trump has proposed and said he wants to do. He said he wants to give that responsibility back to the states, take it away from the federal level and give you more control at home, you know, at the state, basically the local level, the state level. Right close to home. I mean, and it's based off of where you live. If you're not liking how your state's doing it, you may need to consider where you live at.
It's deliberately meant to be confusing. Donald Trump first said he was going to vote for the Florida initiative. Then he said he wasn't going to. Now his wife is pro-abortion. I think he thinks he can win the issue by being all over the place and people being unclear. So they might vote for him at the top of the
I'd like
top
to
of the ticket.
remind all those Christians and Catholics out there that it is a much bigger conversation than just abortion.
Yes.
And if you are concerned about what this does to a human being in their life, is this the way Jesus wants you to be? Is this the way Jesus wants you to act? Doesn't Jesus want you to be able to say to somebody, come over here, I know you must be going through something tough.
Absolutely.
As opposed to what we're seeing. This is insane.
Yo, there we have it, guys. I will say I agree with Whoopi Goldberg on that last point where she's saying this is insane. It's insane the fact that she literally just brought Jesus into it, trying to make her point, prove her case. Absolutely nuts. The links they'll go in order to try to prove that they're correct when she's just flat out wrong. Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin was a bad in this segment right here where she was just pushing a very dangerous rhetoric, furthering her false narrative that Melania Trump, Donald Trump are at odds for some reason, and you know they just have a terrible relationship, even going as far as saying Donald Trump is broke and that's why Melania Trump is looking to publish her book. It just doesn't make sense, like how they come up with this stuff. It's really almost laughable, and I'm not sure how folks are able to get up every day, say, oh, I want to check out the new episode, see what they're doing on The View, check out their political view, because they are just so far gone. I don't see how anyone is in support. Their viewership hasn't just absolutely tanked at this point. Yo, hop in the comment section, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.